Did you know that a survey has shown that apparently 60 out of every 1,000 drivers will deliberately try and hit animals at the side of the road? I hit a pheasant once. Didn't quite kill it though. Had to go back and finish it off with a jack. It was the most humane thing. Hi guys, it's Paul from Crowborough Guitar Tuition and it's great to be back with you again. This is the second part of the Sad But True lesson. Maybe you've already picked up the first part for the main kind of riff and intro. If you've not done that already, you should be able to find it in my Metallica playlist, or it might be in the suggested videos if YouTube has kind of got their act together on this one. Now there's not a huge amount left to learn. There is the solo, but we're going to put that for another time. But today we're going to look at the verse, the chorus, and then this kind of little bridge section that leads into the solo. As always, all the tab you need should be in the link below, and you can probably find it online in other places too. Now all the verse does really is it chugs along on that low E string, and then it moves to a D power chord and a B flat power chord. Now you could play the D power chord here, so at the 5th fret on the A string, or I think the way Hetfield plays it is he just plays actually an open A and an open D together. So we do then the open A and D, and then back to that E string. Okay, so you could do that all downs, or if you can't quite get those bits, you can do a down O. So that second part there, so what we're doing is we're going to that B flat power chord for that stab. So 1st fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the D string. So let's put those two together. And that's your whole verse. Let's have a look at this chorus section then. Now the chorus I find it quite tricky actually, because I find it difficult to hear it in the song, because there's a kind of, I think it's a synth part, I think, on the record, but actually I think Hammett plays a kind of lead line when they're playing live. But that bit is much more present in the mix than I would say the rhythm section is here. But it's worth learning anyway, so have a look at the tab, but I'll give you a basic rundown of it. So we're starting on that lower E string, and then we're going to be moving from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret on the A and D strings. And I would use my 2nd finger and my 1st finger to bar that. So we've got those open strings in between. So we've got that first part, and then the second time it goes. So let's try and put that together slowly, and this is going to be a challenge for me because I find it difficult to get the rhythm when it's slow. So the next bar, we stay on that A power chord. I'm going to go from there up to a B flat power chord at the next fret, and then down to the G power chord at the 3rd fret. Now, in terms of palm muting, we palm mute on the A and the B flat, but not when we get down to that G. And once we get to that G, we're going back up to the A, and then back down twice to that G. Again, not palm muting at that point. So starting palm muting. Okay, and then at the very end of that bar, you've got just a little 2 more quick goes on that G. So here, those 2 quick ones at the end. Okay, and then we've got 2 more on there. Still down strummed and palm muted. And then we've got on the C power chord, so moving on to that 3rd fret root on the A string there. Okay, so those proper stabs with no palm muting there. and then we've got one palm mute on the open E, and then we've got that F power chord down to that E. Okay, so it's quite a tricky little bit. I'm going to try and play through it very slowly, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it, so at least if it's confusing to you now, you can build up to it. And then it's back into that main riff. Now to get back into the bridge section, we're going through that main riff and then there's a slight variation just to get you into it. So that's the little bridge section. So to get into it, from our riff, we've got plays around the riff normally, and then we've got... So what we're doing there is our E power chord, and then we're doing open E to 3rd fret with our 3rd finger on the E, and then a little kind of hammer on pull off open A to the 1st fret, and then back to that G. So use your 1st and your 3rd fingers for those notes there at the 3rd and 1st frets. So then it goes to that A power chord, which if you're playing the rhythm part you can do. And then it goes to a B flat power chord. But if you're going to play the kind of melody line over the top, you hit that A, and then you slide with your 3rd finger on the D string up to the 7th fret. So I would just use fingers 1, 2 and 3 for this. Slide up to the 7th fret with your 3rd finger, 2nd finger for the 6th fret, down to your 1st on the 5th, and then slide down to the 2. Next time around you're doing the same thing but finishing on the 3. That repeats. And then when we get to this, for that section, I would use my 4th finger at the 5th fret on the B string to do that, and then walk down through the fingers. So I finish with my 1st finger at that 2nd fret on the G. Second time I finish with my 2nd finger at the 3rd fret on the G. Then we've got the little part that goes. Okay, so we're starting at the 2nd fret on the D. I'm going to use 1st finger, 2nd finger and 4th finger. And we're going to palm mute. Okay, so we're going up, 2, 3, 5. And then 3, 5, 3. So we're using that 4th finger to come off. Now I would leave my 1st and 2nd fingers behind it, just for ease, and you're going to get a nice bit of movement between that 2nd and 4th finger note if this finger isn't coming up and down the whole time. So then finishing open, so not palm muted. When I say open, sorry, not palm muted, not an open string, 2nd fret at the D. Then the 2nd time. So there's a slight variation there, so we still go up to the 5. Like that, and between that and the 3. But then we come down to the 2. And finish on the 3. Hopefully you can hear the difference. First time round it goes like this. Second time it goes. So there is slight variation. It's on the tab, you're able to see it. So it finishes. But that's for another time. So that will take you through the song. Thus far, in the first video, we've covered the intro and the main riff. Today, in this one, we've covered the verse and the chorus and the bridge section. Hopefully, we'll come back and look at the solo in due time. But keep working on this. There's some tricky bits in there. Should have said at the beginning, of course, this song is tuned down a whole step. I've been playing in standard tuning because I can't be bothered with all the faff of going down and back up again. But if you want to play against the track, you'll either need to tune down or you can get onto YouTube, and some nice people have done a version of the song in standard E tuning, so you can use that. But any questions or things you need to know, drop me a line and let me know, of course, any songs you'd like to learn as well. Thanks very much. Hi guys, thanks for watching. For more guitar tips and video lessons, click on the subscribe button down below and let me know in the comments what songs or video lessons you'd like to see. If you want to keep up with some of our news, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, or you can always check out our website, crowboroughguitartuition.com.